where was I? 2020, writing a book.
Yeah.
And then lockdown, so I didn't travel much.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of high-level moderation engagements locally.
You even did one with the president?
I did one with the president. I actually did one with the president in 2019 for MasterCard Foundation, and that was Julie. Julie and the late Lorna Irungu. Lorna.
Yeah, she was amazing.
MasterCard, Lorna made sure I got to ask everything I wanted to ask. Julie as well. Julie, after the event, I was on my way home. No, I was even home already because I'd even changed. I was now in jeans and a sweatshirt. She called me and she said, the head of MasterCard Foundation wants to meet you. Come now to this hotel ASAP.
Okay.
And I went up.
So wait, Julie calls you to co-moderate or to moderate?
So I moderated a session with the president.
Which president? Uhuru Kenyatta?
Uhuru Kenyatta. And
His Excellency.
His Excellency. Yes. And a few youth in the audience were asking questions. Okay. Right? And that was the first time. That was the first time with him, I think that was the first time I'd ever done anything with as they call him HE, those events. And I was like, the back meeting was like, so HE will come in. I'm like, HE? He? Who is he? Anyway, so that was really great, and to be able to also push the feelings of Kenyan youth that I'd interacted with. Remember, everything is for a reason. From Team Adelle days, there was an understanding I had and still have, and so I was.
So they didn't seed you questions and be like, ask these things.
No, the only thing was organizing, because of security. Where would those kids and those young people? Let me not say kids, young people sit, things like that. Yeah. And Lorna.
What did you ask him? Can you remember?
Can I even remember?
Was it recorded?
Actually, it was them asking. It was them asking. I was moderating the session, so they got to ask him direct questions. Okay. Yeah.
Did you have? So you didn't ask him anything?
I didn't ask him directly anything for that one. Then 2020, I did Generation Equality, the launch of it. That was virtual, and he was also on there. And that one was around the time we went into lockdown. There was.
So it was virtual.
Virtual, but very many. So I was doing it from KBC. So the State House team was there as well. He was doing it from that car office with a very weird long table, and then there were other panelists who were tuning in from wherever they were. And I remember that one, Lorna is the one who called me. And because I felt that the government had not done their best work handling the pandemic. If anything, I didn't think they've done any good work at all around cushioning the citizens against certain things that went wrong with the pandemic, the cooling of money. I was just like, you guys, but then we fail in a pandemic. Are you serious? I was scared of the optics. I was like, I don't want people to look and say, now she's pro-government in such a time when I'm very aware of how they've let us down. And so, what happened? So I called Lorna panicking. I still remember I was on Gong Road. I'm so scared. I don't know if I can do this. She told me, okay, list your fears. I listed. She addressed each and every one of them. And she's like, so now? So I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm cool, I can do it. Because she's like, nobody's going to tell you what to say. You feel they've let you down? That's valid. Communicate that. I was like, really? Yeah.
Nice.
So I was able to have a very candid conversation with the government. I remember with the president, and I remember he even pointed to, when I said, one of my things was, why do you guys keep developing new programs when people, and young people at that, in the private NGO space, have created such fantastic programs? Why can't you partner with them and then scale, instead of going this route of developing endless programs that are inefficient? Partner with these guys who have efficient ones on ground and then pump money into them so they're able to scale. And I remember he said, okay, Then he threw, I don't know which, I can't remember which minister it was thrown under the bus. Hey, make sure you do na. And I was like, yeah.
I see you.
Hey, you have to do it, you know. And so that was great. And then, so that was 2020. But also what 2020 brought was I started having conversations with the French embassy in Kenya. Just, they were looking for, they had programs.
They approached you.
Yeah. So my friend,
you know the way you say, I started, like I just went and knocked on the door. Ding dong, Adelle Onyango here.
My friend Larry Asego, who I used to work with at KISS,
yeah.
So he was at Classic while I was at KISS. So he works at the embassy, and he was like, hey, I was in a meeting and we were talking about women's thing. And the only person that I thought of was you. So can you come in for a meeting? I said, okay. So 2021, we met, and they have, they fund a lot of programs, and their theme for the programs they were looking to fund were programs that benefit women in terms of upskilling, education, things like that. So they said, we want you to be part of the selection committee to help us select the actual programs that get the funding. So I sat in the committee. It was great. I learned of so many amazing programs across Kenya. And then they said, by the way, there's a summit coming up, but we're not sure. This COVID thing, it's hectic. There's a summit coming up, and we'd like you to go and represent Kenya and be part of those conversations. That's cool. All right, let's talk then. And at this time now, I'd gotten into partnership with them, an advertising partnership for my podcast. So we're still doing work together. So then when it comes, October comes close, 2021, and they say, so before even October, August, I'm sorry if my story is so long.
It's okay.
So
hey,
August,
nothing, don't be sorry.
August, I had applied for a grant to take my podcast on tour. Because in my head it made sense, I just didn't have the money.
Yep.
So then I got the grant from Africa No Filter. We did a Nairobi tour, Kisumu, Nakuru, and Mombasa. Fantastic. It was great. Recorded stories, captured different things about those cities that I didn't even know. Again, I'm still working with Roy from 1FM. Now he's doing the video stuff.
Jokindongo, because of you, Jokindongo referred CTA to be part of those no filter. It didn't come out, but I thought it was amazing that could happen. It had that impact. Yeah, and I was so happy because I was now showing that there's different revenue streams for you to do your projects as new media practitioners, you know? Anyway, so you took it around Kenya. In today's episode, the Legally Clueless Tour has come all the way to the oldest city in Kenya, which is Mombasa. Now, being a coastal town, it would be very easy for me to just sit back, relax, and catch the waves on the beach. But I'm going to show you just how strong my willpower is. Oh well. And then October comes. Now they're like, yeah, French embassy is like, yeah, you can go to France for this summit. But because I've done this tour, I'm like, I need to take my podcast as well. Dude, how am I going to do that? Okay,